I'm going to be using this ribbon t-shirt yarn. It's a little bit different than their regular t-shirt yarn. It's very airy and lightweight. It's not very heavy. This is Emerald Splash. And I'm going to be using an 8mm crochet hook. So to start, we are going to make a slip knot. And you can chain any even number that you want. I'm going to chain 26. Okay, after you get your foundation chain done, we're going to do a single crochet all the way down the row. So in the second chain from the hook, so this one right here, I'm going to go into the back bump, make a single crochet, and then do a single crochet all the way down. Okay, I have my 26 chains, and now because we're going to crochet in the round, instead of doing a turn and chain one and go back, we're going to continue around on the other side with single crochets. But at the end of this row, when you put your one stitch in the last stitch, add 2 more stitches to give that a little rounded end. And now we're going to come back. So now we're working on this side, and you need to put another one here. This is a different stitch. This is the first stitch going that way. And then just put one single crochet in every stitch all the way down that side. When you get to the last stitch in the row, put 3 single crochets. And that is the end of row 1. For row 2, we will do a double crochet in every stitch all the way around. Finish that all the way around. When you get to the end, just keep going around. Don't skip any stitches. Okay, when you're done with your double crochets, make sure all of the single crochets from the previous row have a double crochet on top of it. And now you should be able to turn your project in, and we're going to fold it up. This is how the basket is going to be. So this is going to be the inside of the basket here. I mean, the inside of the bag is going to be here. This is going to be the outside. Now we're going to do one single crochet in every stitch going around for row 3. When you get to the end of row 3, make sure all of your double crochets have a single crochet in them. Looks like I got one more double crochet right here. Now we're going to start doing the front post stitches. So this is going to be a front post double crochet. And we're going to go, if you hold your project flat, the first post stitch from the double crochet row, that is where we're going to go. So right here, front post double crochet, yarn over, put your hook behind the post of that double crochet that you did from row 2, yarn over, pull through, pull up just a little bit, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. And then we're going to do a double crochet in the next stitch. So make sure that when you look at the back, you're not putting it in the stitch that we used the post down below for. So it's going to look like you're skipping one, but you're actually not, because you've got that stitch in the post. So just a regular double crochet there. And then we're just going to keep repeating that. So we're going to skip this one because that's what we used up here. And we're going to go into this next stitch right here for another front post double crochet. And when you pull up your loop right here, try to pull it up to where it's level with the top of your project. And then do a double crochet. And just keep repeating that. And you're going to do that all the way around, so the end of here, and then all the way around the back until you get back to the start again. Okay, we are done with that row. So when you're finished with row 4, row 5 is going to be a single crochet. So we'll put a single crochet into every stitch. When you finish your row of single crochets, and we're back to the row that has the front post stitches, you will have a front post stitch as the beginning. So we're going to put a double crochet on top of that. And then we're going to put another front post double crochet in the double crochet 2 rows below. So the exact same thing that you did here, we're just going down into the row where the double crochet is. So we're just trying to stagger those front post stitches to where they are in between the previous front post stitches. So then do a regular double crochet. Make sure that you're looking and you're skipping the one where you have the front post. And then do another front post and that double crochet that you have right there from the 2 rows before. And that is basically all that there is to this pattern. It is a repeat of rows 3 and 4. So row 3 being the all single crochet row. So this right here, the single crochet row, is where we were repeating row 3. And then now we're going to repeat row 4 with our front post double crochets and regular double crochets. So when you finish that row, you go back and repeat row 3 with single crochets, and you just keep repeating the single crochet row and the double crochet slash front post double crochet row until you get to how big you want your project to be. I'm going to do a color change at this point and finish the rest of the project with a different color. And I'm going to pick this color, which is Sandy Ecru. It's the same yarn, so the texture and thickness is the same. So the way I'm going to do this, just in case you haven't done this before, it's better to change your colors on the end. I mean, you can change anywhere you want, but if you want it to look like it's a row, change on the end. So to start this, I'm going to undo the last one that I did, which is a front post. So I'm going to start it. And then when I get to the end, I'll take my hook off and I will make a loop. And then I'm going to come right inside the stitch loops instead of the loop on your hook. Hook that in, pull it through, and then take the other color you were working with, so the green in this case, and just pull it through. And that way it won't come unraveled and it's just locked in. And to work that in, I'm going to work the 2 end pieces in. So cut that yarn. Now I'm working with that color. Hold them kind of tight so they don't come undone, and I'm going to work both of these tails into my work. So I am on a regular double crochet. And then the front post. And just continue to work your stitches in that way. Going to keep going until I get the height that I want, and then I am going to add this handle. Okay, I have reached the point where I want this to be about as tall as it is. So to add the handle, I'm going to crochet in around the ring of this. And what I'm going to do is make the top be just single crochet rows. And so to do that, I just finished doing the front post and double crochet row. So I'm going to go straight into single crochet rows at this point. I'm going to crochet over to the other end and crochet in my handle ring. So I'm just going to keep doing my single crochet row all the way till I get to here. When you're trying to figure out where to put your handle, depending on what your handle looks like, it could be a square, it could be more oval, so it would be longer. You need to figure out how many stitches you're going to have over your ring. So for this one, I'm going to hold it like this, and I'm just going to put it over the stitches and see what it looks like. And I'm going to put it in the middle of the ring. That's kind of how I gauge it. So I'm thinking 3 stitches is what I need for this. So then you need to figure out, you want it to be right on the edge. So you need to look at your side, and I can see that I've got the 3 stitches are going to be just like this. So then I know that this next stitch here is where I want to start my hole, my ring. So I'm going to put it in this stitch, in that one, and then in that one. So to do that, you just hold it over your hole and just go inside with your hook, and then yarn over, and then just keep pushing it down out of the way and complete your single crochet that way. and then kind of push it out of the way a little bit. That is where your third single crochet is. So then go to the next one. Kind of pull that tight. The first stitch that you do after the ring, you'll have to pull tight on it so it doesn't have a big gap, since the ring is in the way. So that's what that looks like. And then continue down with your single crochets until you get to the other side. And you can put a stitch marker there if you want. I can look at this and tell that this one is right on the end. So then I'm going to go here and here. And if you want, you can go ahead and put a stitch marker in that one so you know when you get down there that that's the one you're going into. That one right there. So I'm going to crochet all the way down there, and then I'm going to start crocheting the other side of the handle in. Okay, now I'm going to bring my handle over here. This side is going to be a little bit trickier because you've got the bulkiness of this being in your way. So I'm going to bring my yarn up through here. Kind of keep that out of the way. And I'm going to crochet in here 3 stitches. And then now we're back to where we started with our single crochet stitches. I'm not going to go back to doing the front post stitches because I want the top of my bag to be just solid. And so I'm going to do 2 more rows of solid rows of just single crochet. Show you what this looks like. So I'm going to keep going around and do 2 more rows of just single crochet. When you get to the part where your handle is, just go into your stitches just like you normally would. Okay, I'm coming around to the end and crochet until both of your sides where your handle is has 2 rows above the row that you crocheted your handle into. So this should be the end right here. So I have 3 rows, so I'm going to end this right here. And I'm going to put a slip stitch. And I'm going to cut the yarn, pull it through. And then weave in your tail. going to add a custom tag. So I'm just going to find the spot in the middle. Going to thread my crochet needle through the holes, then do the other side. I'm going to count the stitches and find where the middle is. Once you find where you want your yarn to go through, just going to put the hook back there and grab a hold of it. Put it through on one side. And then go put it through on the other side. And once you get that spot established, then you can come over to the other hole next to it and grab a hold of it. And then I'm just going to tie it in knots. And then after you tie it in knots, you can either just cut your yarn down at the knots, or you can weave in the excess inside your bag, just like you did your tail.